We live in interesting times.
For the headlines,
The Philippine National Police said they effectively coordinated with other security forces and agencies tasked to secure the midterm election. And that is the main reason for the relatively minimal incidents of poll-related violence this year.
and we'll get the partial unofficial election results from Earlo Bringas, who will give us a live update.
President Trump warns Iran over sabotaged oil tankers in the Gulf.
China retaliates against Trump with tariffs on $60 billion of U.S. goods.
Ama Angeles, wherever you're watching from around the world, thank you very much for joining us.
We welcome our viewers here in the Philippines and around the world. Good evening, everyone. I'm Don Orozco.
And now to the news. The Philippine National Police said the effective coordination with other security forces and agencies tasked to secure the midterm election is the main reason for the relatively minimal incidents of poll-related violence this year. PNP Chief General Oscar Albayalde also attributed this to the massive preparations conducted by the PNP and its partner agencies, which started in 2018. Take a listen.
This was a national endeavor that we prepared hard for to ensure that our countrymen may go to the polls in peace and render their share in the realization of a better and brighter future for our nation. We, in the Philippine National Police, salute and extend our deep gratitude to our partners in this exercise, the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Commission on Elections, for the trust, the strong support and cooperation in ensuring the peaceful and safe conduct of the elections, in securing the ballots, and in keeping the peace in the communities on election day and during the entire election period. Also, I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, for his unflinching support in providing the logistical needs through our capability enhancement program and stepping up the morale of the 190,000 force of the PNP that immensely improved our capability to ensure a fair, safe, and secure conduct of the 2019 national and local elections. We thank as well the local government units, the members of the community, the members of the media, and all other stakeholders for their vigilance, support, and cooperation they extended to us from the time we started the security preparations many months ago to election day until the remaining days ahead as we conclude our security operations. Above all, I thank, congratulate, and commend the men and women of the PNP for your display of courage in the face of all odds, the sacrifices you have made during the entire election period, and for your hard work in ensuring the peaceful and safe conduct of the elections. There may have been incidents of violence, vote buying, and harassments, but these have all been resolutely and efficiently addressed by our police units together with the AFP and the COMELEC. As of 8 a.m. today, May 14, the following are the data recorded. On election-related incidents, there is a notable 60% decrease in the number of cases at 43 incidents with 73 victims compared to the 106 incidents with 192 victims in the last 2016 national and local elections. On vote buying, a total of 225 incidents were recorded, leading to the arrest of 441 violators and 8 rescued minors. During election day, the PNP has also recorded 41 incidents ranging from commotion, mauling, attempted murder, and shooting incidents. However, investigation is still ongoing to verify which of these are actually election-related incidents or not. Siguro isang napakalaking bagay na naging nag-attribute dito sa pag-decrease ng mga election-related violent incidents is our preparations. Remember, since last year, nag-prepare na po kami dito, yung tinatawag nating mga enhanced police intervention operations, and of course, yung risk reductions natin. And like, of course, yung pag-implement natin ng mga search warrants, yung campaign natin against gun for hire, loose firearms, and private armed groups. So, ito palagi natin ang sinasabi that led to a decrease in the incidents of election-related violent incidents.
Now, he also said there were isolated incidents, but these caused only minimal disruption to the peace and order. However, he reminded the public that the COMELEC gun ban remains in effect as the election period will culminate on June 12.
President Rodrigo Duterte on Monday appealed to allow first the Commission on Elections, COMELEC, to explain the reason behind the reported malfunctioning vote counting machines, or VCMS, during the midterm elections before government conducts an investigation.
Benefited by that because, again,
The COMELEC earlier admitted that VCM issues tripled in this year's polls, but assured that the number of VCMS that malfunctioned is still within range. COMELEC spokesperson James Jimenez explained unexpected 400 to 600 malfunctioning VCMS out of the total 85,000 VCMS was a small figure.
That will be early. COMELEC is an independent body, and if there's any malfunction there, or if there's any aberration at all in the procedure or process, in the conduct of the election, let COMELEC explain first to the people before we even initiate a sort of an investigation. That is in recognizance of the separation of powers of church and our independent organizations.
Duterte, meanwhile, said candidates caught vote buying would be prosecuted to the full length of the law. He, however, acknowledged that the practice of buying votes has been an integral part of the election in the country since many Filipinos are poor.
Ganito yan. If they are caught, they should be prosecuted to the full length of the law. Now, the practice of buying votes has been an integral part of an election in the Philippines. Yang pagboto, lahat yan. Walang hindi nagbibili ng boto dito, maniwala ka. Yang walang hindi nagbibili ng boto. Sino, ituro mo kung sino ang hindi nagbili ng boto?
Kandidato?
Rhetorical question.
Thank you.
You know, when you start to give money, sabi ko nga sa COMELEC, this is not because I'm buying the vote of the fellow. It's because I'm giving him money to go to the presinto, cast his vote, and go home. Hindi naman lahat ng tao may pera. Or you send food to your leaders who are here sacrificing and waiting for the food to eat so that they can last until the last vote is counted. Hindi naman lahat yung papadano na basta lang may makita ka nakain dyan, ibinibigyan. If for you all know, leader ko yan. Alang-alang naman patayin ko sa gutom. Kaya mahirap yung vote buying. It can take many forms of basta mahirap talaga yan. Hindi yan ba, for as long as the Philippines remains to be a poor country, for as long as the feudal system exists, lalo sa rural areas, aggravated by the communists, yun. We are becoming poorer and poorer. Nobody can till the land, improve the land, and the communists are there asking for money, asking for food and everything. And they think that they are on the right track.
In one of the hotly contested local elections in Metro Manila, Vice Mayor Joy Belmonte was elected mayor of Quezon City, defeating Jose Bingbong Crisologo. Belmonte, daughter of former Quezon City Mayor Fernando Feliciano, Sonny Belmonte, was proclaimed on Tuesday after garnering 480 votes ahead of Crisologo's 469,480 votes ahead of Crisologo's 366,215 in the midterm polls. The younger Belmonte succeeded outgoing Mayor Herbert Bautista, who then served as vice mayor of Belmonte's father from 2001 to 2010.
I made several promises. No, one is to automate. Gusto ko pong mabawasan ang korupsyon. Gusto ko pong mabawasan ang irregularities, anomalya na nangyayari po sa ating lungsod. At ito po ay nangyayari na dahil sinumbong po sa akin ng iba't ibang mga sektor. No, so sana pag mag-automate tayo, mag-computerize tayo, mag-fully digitize tayo ng ating mga operations, ay mababawasan ang tinatawag nating face-to-face interaction. At sa gayon ay mapapabilis, magiging efficient ang operations ng ating lungsod. That was one of the things that I promised to do.
Meanwhile, Belmonte's running mate, Councilor Gian Soto, won as vice mayor. He edged out Jopet Season by over 30,000 votes. Belmonte and Soto are both representing Serbisyo sa Bayan Party or SBP.
Actually, may programa na po ang ating lungsod. Bumili po ng lupa ang ating pong lungsod sa Barangay Payatas, I think, kung hindi ako nagkakamali. At may partnership na ang ating lungsod with the Bureau of Jail Management, BJMP, na magtayo ng panibagong jail facility kung saan kakasya na po ang ating mga bilanggo doon.
One of the programs na ipapagpatuloy namin is yung drug clearing program na kung saan nagkaroon na po tayo ng 40 drug cleared barangays out of 142. So ang goal natin, mai-resume natin yung operation sa drug clearing, and at the same time, mas gusto ko pong tutukan din yung pagpapalakas ng drug prevention programs in families, katulad po ng sinabi namin all throughout the campaign. Kasama din doon sa batas na pinasa namin sa drug code is maasikaso din at matutukan yung paghihiring kaagad ng mga drug cases. So I'm sure after nang ma-implement lahat ng mga batas na ito, at habang syempre si Vice Mayor na yung magiging mayor, mas magiging mabilis po yung proseso natin. At saka yung pagpaprovide po ng mga additional spaces doon sa mga kulungan, we'll be doing that din po.
The reign of the Eusebios in Pasig City has ended, with incumbent Mayor Bobby Eusebio losing to upstart Vico Soto.
The winning candidate for mayor, Mr. Vico Soto, please.
Vic Soto and actress Connie Reyes garnered 205,830 votes, while Eusebio got 119,222 votes based on 98% of election returns transmitted from the 470 of 479 precincts. He asked why the Pasig City Board of Canvassers won't approve their petition to lower the threshold for proclamation to 96%. He noted the over 80,000 difference in their votes.
Kailan maaabot natin yung 99%?
Anong percentage?
Polling centers na hindi pa nakakakumpleto, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang kanilang transmission.
Maraming salamat sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng supporters na talagang hindi umuwi at tumayo katabi natin hanggang sa dulo, hanggang ma-proclaim tayo. Maraming salamat. Ang laban na to, hindi lang po ito laban ng isang Vico o ng Soto, pero laban po ito ng bawat isang Pasigueño na sumisigaw ng pagbabago.
The Eusebio clan has dominated in Pasig since 1992.
Naman natin ang style ng kalaban, bakit po sila magrarally, bakit sila magreklamo, nakita naman po natin na all throughout the electoral process, all throughout the campaign, we ran a clean, honest, and a clean and honest campaign. And the elections, to the best of my knowledge, were also clean and honest. Kung meron mang nanggugulo or meron nang haras, baka sila yon, hindi kami. Alam naman, lahat ng Pasigueño, alam naman po lahat ng nakakilala sa akin, alam po yung style ko. Alam na yung style natin, style ko ay malinis. At sana, matuto sila tumanggap din ng pagkatalo. Diyan siya magaling sa mga simple forms of harassment. He did everything that he could to delay my proclamation. Alam naman niya, hindi niya mahihinto yung proclamation, pero my opponent tried to delay it. So, doon natin makikita that the Pasigueños, ang mga Pasigueño, ayaw na talaga ng ganung klaseng sistema. Ayaw na ng sistema ng pananakot. Ayaw na ng sistema na nanghaharas ng kalaban. Gusto natin makabagong sistema na pantay-pantay ang turing sa bawat isang Pasigueño.
Meanwhile, Roman Romulo defeated Ricky Eusebio for the Pasig congressional seat. Romulo got 220,895,000 votes, while Ricky garnered 96,694.
Una, tapos na ang May 13. Panahon na magsama-sama tayo. Kung talagang mahal po natin ang lungsod ng Pasig, pakita natin, magsama-sama tayo.
All right, meanwhile, let's go to South Korea, where our EBC correspondent Kristen Jewel Uy went to the Philippine Embassy. And as she reports, Filipinos there have different views on the Philippine midterm elections. Christine?
The absentee voting in South Korea was held since April 13 and will end May 13. Voting was held at the Philippine Embassy located in Seoul from Sundays to Saturdays every week. Even though many Filipinos live far from Seoul, they exerted effort to travel just to exercise their right to vote. Mostly, people vote on Saturdays and Sundays because of their work schedule. There are 10,000 registered absentee voters here in South Korea. However, not yet reaching half of the numbers who voted since Saturday. This is Christine Jewel Uyabu, your EBC correspondent from South Korea, and I am one with 25.
Polling was completed across Japan, but a number of people are still feeling let down because despite completing the necessary formalities, their names were not on the voters list. Our EBC correspondent Tyra Lu talked to them.
Ay, nako, yan ang masakit. Kasi hindi kami nakaboto. Bakit kasi po? Wala daw po yung pangalan namin sa, ano tawag nila doon?
Sa voters list?
Apo. Galing ng Comelec. Galing Comelec. Pero 2016, nakaboto pa kami. And then, nag-complain kami. Actually, ayaw akong i-entertain kanina. Kasi pag daw wala yung pangalan, hindi makakaboto. Eh, nag-insist ako. Sabi ko, may right ako. Bigay mo sa akin right ko. Gusto kong bumoto. And then, napilitan sila na i-verify. And then, pinaghintay niya kami ng 1 hour. Nag-email daw sila sa Comelec. Inalam. Hiningi yung pangalan namin, tapos yung ID namin, tapos inalam nila sa Comelec kung bakit daw wala yung balota namin. So, ang nangyayari, nag-antay kami ng mahigit 1 oras. Tapos, ang sagot is, Sir, from Comelec po, no, na-deactivate po yung aming name kasi dalawang election daw na hindi kami nakaboto, which is pinapadalahan naman kami ng balota na inansara namin na nagboto naman.
Last year, 2016 nagboto. Kami pa nga mismo nag-feed dito. Exactly the same place. Kasi nga, Duterte eh. Gusto namin ng pagbabago. Kaya gusto namin bumoto. For ang tagal na panahon nandito kami sa Japan, hindi lang bumoto. Last 2016, bumoto kami dahil gusto namin na makakita ng pagbabago. Na lahat, sinasabi ng lahat, sinisigaw ng lahat. Kaya talagang inubos namin ng oras na para makaboto. 2016, nagpa-register before dun. And then ngayon, nagpunta kami na rin dito dahil hindi dumarating yung balota ko.
So, i-expected namin is nag-return yung balota.
Kasi yun lang
kami. Kasi last day ngayon eh, nag-absent kami sa trabaho para lang makaboto. Pero pagdating namin dito, wala. Dahil sabi noong 2013 and 2016 daw, from Comelec na message daw, hindi kami nakaboto. So, deactivated na rin po yung pangalan namin. Wala kami magawa. Sabi namin, so ano magagawa namin? So, wala rin silang magagawa. Sayang naman ang boto namin. No? Karapatan sana namin na magboto namin. Pero,
Hindi lang kami yung case, marami eh. Wala sa list.
wala sa nakadoble ako.
Ang tawag yung doble,
Tumutong yung atiloy, marami ang pangalan. Doble hindi nakapagparehistro.
tumutong list nila.
Dala-dalawang pangalan. Kami to rin nakapagparehistro. Wala kami pangalan, na-deactivate pa. Pamangkin ko to eh. Kaya wala ko.
Meanwhile, in another location in Dubai, it has been observed a hassle-free absentee voting. Leia May Laksina, EBC Dubai Bureau reports.
At exactly 2 p.m. Dubai time, the overseas absentee voting formally ended. This was in sync with the closing of voting precincts in the Philippines. The absentee voting on this part of United Arab Emirates, particularly Dubai and Northern Emirates, was indeed remarkable. A total of 28,487 out of the 209,000 registered fellow kababayans exercised their rights to elect 12 senators and a party list representative. Mr. Reynald Duerme, an OFW in Dubai for 3 years, working in sales and marketing, cast his first-time vote as an absentee voter. He was the last OFW to cast his vote at the Philippine Consulate Dubai precinct. Several members of the Filipino community as well as poll watchers were present at the consulate to witness the canvassing of votes. Consul General Paul Raymond Cortez of PCG Dubai expressed his gratitude for the volunteers and members of the PCG Dubai Election Board for a swift and hassle-free election.
Yes, we could not have done any of our smooth, calm, managed queues and electoral processes without the help of our Filipino community volunteers and of course even the poll watchers. When we're a group of 47 consulate personnel doing election paraphernalia, custody group, and electoral inspectors. And as we are concentrated and focused on ensuring that the process is correctly done the way Comelec has asked us to, ensuring that the lines, the queues, everything else is managed, and that was done with the help of our Filipino community volunteers. And without them, we could not have done all this and made things a little bit more convenient for our public.
The canvass vote will be delivered to the Philippine Embassy in Abu Dhabi for the official transmission of result to Comelec in Manila. Reporting for Desisyon ng Bayan 2019 here in Dubai, UAE, I am Leia May Laksina, 1 with 25.
Meantime, Filipinos in Australia react to the Philippine elections.
Ano po yung tingin nyo sa Philippine election ngayong taon?
Bilang isang Pilipino na nagtatrabaho sa ibang bansa ay masasabi kong mas maluwag ngayon kasi hindi naapektuhan yung hanap buhay namin. Nakakaboto kami dahil sa pinagaan ng embahada natin sa pamamagitan ng gobyerno natin ngayon ang pagboto bilang ihayag yung taon nito, yung aming boto sa gusto naming iboto na manunungkulan sa ating bansa.
Okay po. Ano po yung tingin nyo sa... Bakit tingin nyo po mahalaga yung boto nyo bilang overseas Filipino worker?
Mahalaga yun kasi bilang isang Pilipino dahil sa ang magiging resulta nun kung ang iboboto o ang mananalong politiko na ibinoto ko o ibinoto ng mga nasa labas ng bansa ng Pilipinas ay karapat dapat sa pwesto niya. Natural, ang result nun ay gagawa ng mabuti sa maraming Pilipino na isa ron, maaaring ako o yung mga pamilya ko ang makinabang sa kanilang gagawin o sa nakararaming Pilipino.
Why do you think overseas Filipino votes count?
Well, if you look into it, like, at the end of the day, we're still Filipinos. So if ever we go back to our country, so it's going to be the same government we go back to. So whatever laws or whatever things that they pass, or like, it's going to be for our benefit. So I think we should be more involved in these kinds of things because it's for our own welfare.
The election in the Philippines for the past few decades had been really festive, but also somewhat violent. But I do believe that presently the elections now would be more peaceful, and I believe that people are becoming aware and more intelligent in selecting the candidates that they're going to vote. So I believe that the elections now will be a main influence of how the Philippines will be more productive in the future.
I believe the votes of the overseas Filipinos matter to this election because, as we know, there's a huge population of Filipinos outside of the Philippines. And if you put that together, it's a really significant vote. It can make or break an election. And also, the people who are outside the Philippines are usually more aware of the issues that they want to be pursued.
More local and international news when we come back.
Health is our most important asset, and it should always be a constant effort.
All right, welcome back. We bring in Erlo Bringas, who's at the PICC for the partial and unofficial results. Erlo, good evening.
All right, Alma, good evening. Good evening. I'm here now at the Philippine PICC, NBOC, while the acting Commission on Election Officers is acting now as a National Board of Canvassers. And they are now still receiving the canvass certificates from many places that election takes place. The canvassing already starts at 1 p.m. afternoon, and they are now already received the 34 certificate of canvass report from municipalities, and they are now processing it out of 130. As of now, the NBOC canvassed the COCs from many cities or municipalities, including those from the overseas absentee voting. We are getting details now to COMELEC of what place cities and municipalities also overseas already submitted their certificate of canvass. But a while ago, the Commission on Elections said that they are open to return to manual voting following several issues with the automated vote counting machines. The cause of this possibility is raised by the COMELEC Chairman Sheriff Abbas when asked what will be the move of the poll body. There will be a call from the public to return to manual voting. Abbas tells the Republic Act number 9369 and which amended the automated election law. The said act was passed on January 23, 2007 in order to encourage transparency, credibility, fairness, and accuracy of elections. Remember, in 2007, the first fully automated elections in the Philippines was held on May 10, 2010. From the COMELEC details, as of 10 a.m. Of Tuesday, a total of 961 BCMs and 1,665 SD cards suffered glitches during the midterm polls held Monday. Nevertheless, these are the 1,253 SD cards have already replaced by the poll body. Here's the 2019 midterm election senatorial race partial and unofficial results as of 8:45 p.m. A total of 95.37% BCM transmitted 83,785 out of 87,851. So the first is Villar, number 2 Po, number 3 Go, number 4 Cayetano, number 5 De La Rosa, number 6 Angara, 7 Lapid, number 8 Marcos, number 9 Tolentino, 10 Revilla, 11 Pimentel, number 12 Binay, 13 Ejercito, 14 Aquino, 15 Estrada, 16 Rojas, 17 Osmeña, 18 Ong, 19 Magundadato, 20 Manicad, 21 Jokno, 22 Enrile, 23 Alejano, and 24 Colmenares. Alma, COMELEC said that they are trying to proclaim all the unofficial winning candidates from senatorial and party lists while they're waiting for the remaining 5% of BCM transmitting from other places and also the certificate of canvass. As you can see at my back, the National Board of Canvassers, National Board of Election Canvassers processing all the canvass report and other documents that they already received today. They will finish it tonight and they will resume it, the canvassing, by tomorrow. And that's the latest news here at NBOC PICC. For Eagle News, Erlo Bringas, I'm 1 with 25. Alma?
Erlo, with the trend that's going on right now,
yes, Don.
Do you think there will still be changes into the pattern that we're trying to look at? Will still it affect?
Yes, Don, the COMELEC said that the 5% can be have the changes in the top 12 senatorial race that I'm telling a while ago. But COMELEC is trying to proclaim the unofficial results of a senatorial race today and for the next day, Don.
All right, thank you, Erlo. Thank you, Erlo. Erlo Bringas reporting from the PICC. Meantime, our EBC correspondent in South Korea, let's go back to Kristen Jewel Uy, who went to the Philippine embassy there. She reported that Filipinos there have different views on the midterm elections. Let's take a look.
The absentee voting in South Korea was held since April 13 and will end May 13. Voting was held at the Philippine Embassy located in Seoul from Sundays to Saturdays every week. Even though many Filipinos live far from Seoul, they exerted effort to travel just to exercise their right to vote. Mostly, people vote on Saturdays and Sundays because of their work schedule. There are 10,000 registered absentee voters here in South Korea. However, not yet reaching half of the numbers who voted since Saturday.
Pangalan niyo po? Ako po si Olga Streta, your profession. Working po ako dito sa Korea for almost 5 years na. So, narinig ko po na magkakaroon tayo ng election as overseas employee. So, I need to practice my right kahit na po nandito tayo. Kaya po, nagpilit po ako na kahit medyo hectic yung oras, busy, talagang ginusto ko po na makapag-practice yung aking Filipino right to vote para naman po sa pagtulong sa ating bayan.
Nakaboto na po ba kayo?
Nakaboto na po at tapos na at naboto ko na ang ating 12 candidates for senator. So sana naman po may lumabas sa kanila.
Bumoto ako kasi yun ang kukumpleto sa akin bilang isang Pilipino. Yan. At inanap ko yung pangalan ko dun sa online sa embassy. Nung nakita ko yung pangalan ko ay hindi ako nagdalawang isip na pumunta sa embassy kahit na malayo ako sa mismong embahada ng Pilipinas dito sa South Korea. At kahit isang oras at kalahati talagang nagsigap ako. At kahit nung nakarang botohan, nung presidential ay ganoon din po ako. Para sa akin yun talagang pinaka-goal ko at karapatan ng isang bawat Pilipino. Kahit OFW ka, nasa malayo ka, nasa ibang bansa ka, ay kailangan po talagang bumoto tayo para din sa ating bansa. At siyempre, isang pagpipili din, kailangan pumili po tayo ng mga boboto po natin na sa tingin po natin ay tama at makakatulong po sa bansa, higit sa lahat sa mga OFW. Balang araw kung ang ating nakaupo sa ating gobyerno ay laging tama ang ginagawa, ay balang araw ay makakauwi din tayong mga OFW, hindi na natin kailangan mag-abroad.
Tungkol sa eleksyon sa Pilipinas, lalo na at ito ay ginagawa ng maraming mga tao, naiintindihan kasi nila na ang pagboto ay bahagi yan ng karapatan ng tao, lalo na at bilang mga mamamayang mga Pilipino. Ang pagboto kasi ay karapatan ng tao yan, lalo na sa ating bansa, sa Pilipinas.
This is Kristen Jewel Uy, your EBC correspondent from South Korea, and I am on with 25.
So that report was from Korea. Now take a listen. Here's Tyra Lu from Japan.
Just 3 days prior to the closing of the ballot boxes at the Philippine Embassy in Tokyo, some Filipinos here in Japan have expressed their views about their country's elections, not only on the current midterm polls, but the Philippine election in general. Most, if not all, Filipinos we have talked to said they want to vote and participate in the election, expressing their eagerness to submit their ballots by post-mail.
Ako po nakaboto na. Sa palagay ko, makakatulong sa kandidato kung makakarating sa Pilipinas. Pero kung hindi po makakarating sa Pilipinas, hindi siya makakatulong sa kandidato.
Based po sa news na nakikita at nababasa po natin, the election in the Philippines, ang sabi nga po nila ay laganap po ang kaguluhan, ang patayan, at andyan na rin po ang vote buying. At kung hindi po natin maiwasan ang mga ganitong bagay, magkakaroon po tayo ng malaking suliranin kung ipagpapalit lang po ng bawat ng sambahayang Pilipino ang kanilang boto sa, sabi nga nila, sa konting halaga. So sana po dapat ang bawat isa panatilihin ang katahimikan at kapayapaan para po sa ikabubuti po at ikakapayapa po ng bansang Pilipinas.
Another Filipino voter that we have talked with today is Mr. Danilo Quinto. So for him, it took him almost 2 hours to travel from his home and then coming here in the Philippine Embassy. So let's ask him, why is it important for him to cast his vote despite the distance that he has to travel? So
thank you for giving me the chance to share. Constitutional kasi provided in our Constitution, every Filipino citizen must enjoy the right to suffrage. So, kailangan talaga participate. Hindi pwede na maging broken ka lang. Kailangan talaga, lalo na ngayon, maraming problema sa Pinas. Kailangan talaga, we need to participate in all undertakings for the good of the future. Hindi lang sa atin, pero yung mga future generation, inaano natin. Mas lalo na ngayon, may natin problema. So, kailangan talaga mag-participate ka kasi isang basis lang ito sa ilang taon, 3 taon. So, kahit malayo, I need to come. Because, I failed to receive the letter from the embassy this week. So, because we transferred the president, I need to check. Good, kasi still my name is there in this. Was not erased. Once it is erased, then you are not able to cast your vote for twice, I think, or thrice. Good, I was able to cast my vote. For me, it's very important this time. So, it's really, for me personally, in the Philippines, I was teaching here. Kailangan talaga participate ng Philippines.
However, despite their willingness to vote, some of them were hesitant and discouraged due to past experiences that led them to mistrust in the COMELEC and how the country's voting officials gather the ballots, especially from those abroad. It was announced here that we will vote, but I thought to myself, it's useless. When it reaches the Philippines, they lose our votes. It's such a waste. We have our candidate, but our votes won't be counted because it's lost. This is the usual case, isn't it?
Ang sa akin naman, dahil nandito tayo sa bansang Japan, ewan ko lang kung talagang makakarating yung voters natin doon sa Pilipinas. O pagdating sa embassy, Philippine Embassy, kinip na nila yun, dinaya na. Kasi unfair naman kasi yung nakaraan, di ba? Nawala yung mga vote ng mga iglesia. Okay? Marcos ba? Bong? Parang sa akin, ayoko.
Notwithstanding these adverse reactions, some Filipinos also believe their votes do matter and count a lot for the benefit of all their countrymen in the Philippines and for the country as well.
Sa palagay ko po, makakatulong po ito para sa kaunlad ng ating bayan at ikatatahimik. Kung ang binoto ko po ay isang mabait na tao at makakatulong po sa ating bayan.
Mahalaga kasi diyan nakasalala yung ating kapakanan ng ating mga kababayan na Pilipino at saka yung bansa natin, yung Pilipinas, para umangat naman at gumanda na yung magiging buhay nating mga Pilipino.
According to the official website of the Philippine Embassy in Tokyo, the month-long election in Japan started on April 13th and will end on Monday, May 13th. Since last month, many Filipinos, particularly those registered voters, have already received their ballots in their mailboxes. If they are to vote, these ballots should be filled out with the names of the candidates they will be voting for and should be signed before sending them back to the Philippine Embassy by post mail. And as for the percentage of participating voters in Japan, we will find that out next time. That's all for now. Reporting from Tokyo, Japan, this is Tarinel Piliulu for Eagle News International. I am 1 with 25.
Eagle News International will be right back. Stay tuned.
Health is our most important asset.
alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi.
Health is our most
Vote canvassing in Moscow has already begun. Marisol Bumanlag from our EBC Russia Bureau was there.
Today, as of May 13, 2019, 1 p.m. Moscow time or 6 p.m. Philippine time, the month-long overseas absentee voting has now ended. The canvassing of votes will be now conducted here in Philippine Embassy, Moscow, Russia. The period of overseas voting for Philippine Senate election has officially started last April 13, 2019 and ended May 13 the same year. Filipinos in Moscow, Russia actively participated and showed their support by casting their votes at the Philippine Embassy to fulfill their civil duty in order to help the nation. However, the ballots received are only 984 out of 2,129 registered voters, including Kazakhstan, Armenia, and Belarus, which is equivalent to 46% from the total. The manual canvassing started the same day right after the closing of votes. Ambassador Carlos Soreta stated that the counting proper is open for public and gave few reminders to avoid possible interference regarding the countings.
Doon ho sa tanong niyo kung kamusta naman yung midterm election, dito po sa Moscow, matiwasay po. Tsaka maganda ho yung turnout, tsaka masaya po yung mga tao na nakaboto sila. at saka dun ho sa amin mga ibang constituents sa Armenia, sa Kazakhstan, pati na rin sa Belarus, ay nagkaroon ho sila ng oportunidad na bumoto at masaya po sila. So far, maganda ho ang turnout. Gusto ko lang i-clarify uli na hindi kulang ang balota, na meron pong mga balota para sa lahat na gustong bumoto. Tsaka meron din pong nabalita na kulang yung mga forms o sheets na pinadala ng COMELEC. Hindi ko totoo yan dahil kumpleto po ang aming mga documentation para mabilang at ma-record at mapadala sa Manila ang inyong boto. So totoo po yung hindi ko totoo na kulang yung mga dokumento. So yung tungkol naman dun sa yung tanong kung mahalaga ang boto ng Filipinos overseas, ay napakahalaga ho. Ang Filipino overseas ay parte ng ating demokrasya at nasa karapatan nilang pumili kung sino ang mamamalakad sa ating bayan. So napaka-importante po nila. Hindi lang dahil sila ay ating mga citizen, kundi ay napakadami nila sa buong mundo na nag-register. So malaking logistical at saka operational challenge ho na mapaboto at mabilang ho ang ating mga overseas Filipinos. Pero so far, okay ho ang pamamalakad dito sa Moscow sa aming mga jurisdiction.
Inspectors and officials assures everyone about the transparency of the election and no inaccuracy will be encountered. Reporting from Moscow, Russia, I am Marisol Bumanlag and I am 1 with 25.
Thank you, Marisol.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Tumblr. Also, check out our boards of Pinterest and pictures in Instagram. I'm Don Orozco. Thanks for joining us.
And that's it for tonight's broadcast. For everyone here on Eagle News International, I'm Alma Angeles and we're one with 25.